Hello everyone, welcome back to TeamAutoTrend channel. After the most anticipated launch of the Mahindra Scorpio N, which became an instant success, Mahindra have revealed the new Mahindra Scorpio Classic, which is going to be positioned just below the Scorpio N. Today we are going to take a look at all the features and details of this top spec S11 variant. But before we get into the review, please make sure to subscribe to our channel as we provide detailed reviews of all variants of all cars in English, along with regular news updates. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as it is your support that keeps us motivated. Today, this Mahindra Scorpio Classic has been provided to us by CAI Auto Industries Private Limited Mahindra Showroom in Coimbatore. Yes, what is the need for this Scorpio Classic after the launch of the Scorpio N, you may ask? Well, the Scorpio N has become a more advanced and feature-loaded premium SUV, and there still are people who prefer the traditional tall stance of the old Scorpio design instead of the more polished design of the Scorpio N. This Scorpio Classic will also be positioned lower to the Scorpio N when it comes to features and pricing. Now, in terms of looks, you can consider this to be a facelift to the older Scorpio, as the changes mainly are cosmetic, including the new updated front grille, slightly updated projector headlamp design with the LED eyebrows, and the completely new design front bumper. But the actual LED DRLs are located on the bumper just above the fog lamps. Next up, coming on towards the side profile, the biggest change are these alloy wheels. While these are also 17-inch alloy wheels, they now get a dual tone look. Now, apart from that, the overall side profile and the tall stance remains exactly the same as before. Some key design details have been retained, including the fog vents on the front fenders along with the M-Hawk branding. That said, this side body cladding is a fresh new addition and comes with the Scorpio branding. There are no major changes when it comes to the overall design language. The Classic maintains the stepped roof design, rising shoulder line, and the flow back roof rail design. Moreover, this S11 also gets a roof spoiler. Moving towards the back, here also there are not a lot of changes, but Mahindra have made some slight changes to keep it in the Scorpio design tradition. While the tailgate design has not changed, the LED tail lamps now get extensions. However, these are just reflector units and don't get illumination. The Scorpio Classic is available in two variants only, the base level S and the top spec S11. Oh yes, you cannot see the older Mahindra logo anywhere on this car. Now, this being the S11, you get to see a rear windshield wiper, washer and defogger as well. There are also the integrated footsteps on the sides and the rear. Now let's get to see the changes on the interior.
Yes guys, I'm right now inside the brand new Mahindra Scorpio Classic, and this here is the S11 variant's interior. Well, we have seen already this interior on the original Scorpio, which was recently just discontinued, but it has been reintroduced now with a lot of updates. Well, some significant updates on the interior and exterior. First of all, you get to see this Twin Peaks latest Mahindra logo on the steering wheel. The steering wheel though remains exactly the same as the traditional Scorpio, so no difference over here in terms of the design at least. And you get tilt adjustment as standard. And the dials also are exactly the same just before it was discontinued. So let me just show you the key before I start this car. This Classic does not get smart key access with push button start. Instead, you get to see this standard flip key, so that is quite clear. And this key obviously has to be inserted to turn this engine on. Yeah, so let's start the car. And this is how everything looks like. Well, first of all, you get to see this new touchscreen system with the new Mahindra Twin Peaks logo integrated into it. That said, it is not the previous touchscreen system. This is a brand new 9-inch touchscreen with Android OS, which means obviously you don't have the ability to connect to Apple CarPlay. Only Android Auto is available, along with some other features. Let me just wait. Okay, so this here is the interface. It is a typical Android unit with Scorpio customized into it. Apparently, the makers of this touchscreen system are now partners with Mahindra, so you get inbuilt navigation and Bluetooth, music settings, apps. You also get music and all those standard stuff, but no Apple CarPlay. And this itself is an Android system, which means screen mirroring is no problem at all. In terms of speaker quality, you get 6 speakers in total, including 2 tweeters and 4 speakers, which is quite standard, and the audio quality is pretty much okay. That said, one thing to be noted is that even on this S11, you don't get reverse parking camera. So this here is the brand new updated 6-speed manual gear lever, similar to what we have seen on the XUV 700 and the new Scorpio N. This gear lever has been carried forward. That said, even if you slot this car into reverse, you don't get a reverse camera display. You only get the beep sounds, which is quite disappointing for such a massive SUV. Apparently, Mahindra is also providing the reverse camera as a part of accessories, which can be programmed into this touchscreen system for the display itself. Then other features include cruise control on the steering wheel, which is quite nice to have. That said, there is no automatic headlamps, no automatic wipers, and apparently this car also does not get instantaneous efficiency and mileage display as well, which is quite surprising. I don't know why, but it is not available over there. Still, this MID provides you with decent level of information, including gear change indicator and a gear indicator as well, along with other essential stuff. Then yes, coming on towards the right side, you get electronically adjustable ORVMs. However, there is no folding option for the ORVMs, which is quite understandable, as the previous Scorpio also did not have that. Now this here is the button to open the fuel tank, and this here is the button for the rear windshield defogger, whereas this here is the headlamp leveler. Now all variants of the Mahindra Scorpio Classic get all 4 power windows as standard, whereas only the S11 gets the power window controls on the front driver door panel. The base level S variant gets the power window controls on the center console over here, which I will be reviewing very soon. Now other features on this classic S11 include automatic climate control, which is also pretty nice to look at, and it feels kind of good given this blue backlight display and the blue backlighting for the buttons and controls as well. Now this array of buttons remain exactly the same, with engine idle start stop available as standard across all variants of the Scorpio N and the Classic as well. And well, coming back towards the center console, you get to see this nice wood-like paneling finish, which is glossy in finish, and it actually looks good, kind of providing the interior a 3-tone look, which is quite interesting to look at. Then coming on towards the back, you get the same handbrake lever console, and you get the same central AC vents for the second row passengers, which is quite nice to have, given the fact that the rear seat passengers, the third row passengers, don't have separate AC vents. Then other storage spaces include the standard size glove box, given the fact that the dashboard design remains exactly the same as before. No difference whatsoever in terms of the overall design or layout of the dashboard. Well, that case also remains exactly the same with other storage spaces. As you can see, it is quite hard to access the door pockets, given the fact that the door pockets are very thin and very hard to reach. Only if you open the doors you get to access these door panels, the door pockets, and there is no cup holder or bottle holder on the front doors at least. Then coming on towards the roof, you get to see a day-night switch for the IRVM, and you also get to see a nice sunglass holder with some dummy buttons. I don't know why these buttons are for. However, you get this centrally mounted cabin lamp. It is a yellow cabin lamp, quite disappointing because I expected some better looking light console with LED lights, but that's not the case with this Scorpio Classic, I suppose. And yes, so that was all about the features. Oh yes, before I get to the back seat, this Scorpio Classic S11 variant alone gets driver seat height adjust, which is quite nice to have for such a massive tall SUV. And as I already said, this Scorpio Classic is simply classic in terms of the high commanding driving position. No other SUV provides such high commanding driving position as the Scorpio. Now let's check out the back seats.
Being based on the older Scorpio body, the overall space, comfort and features have been retained. Just like before, these door handles get a rubberized finish for additional grip, and only the S11 gets the fabric padding on the door pads. But still, Mahindra could have made some changes according to times. For example, these phone pockets could have been made bigger, as they cannot accommodate any smartphone available today. Looks like they are designed to accommodate only keypad phones. Similarly, the phone pockets behind the front seats are also rather small for any smartphone. Well, apart from all this, the typical advantages of the Scorpio have been retained, offering a really wide and flat rear bench, a tall and commanding seating position, except for the lack of recline adjust. This being the 7-seat version, you get to see a center armrest, and as you can see, the fabric material has also been changed for the Classic. In terms of second row space and comfort, there is no flaw at all, with more than enough legroom and great under-thigh support as well, thanks to the long seat squab. Because of this, the seating comfort for the middle passenger is also pretty good. These centrally mounted AC vents are standard, and you can also see a smartphone pocket just below it. However, the second row passengers don't get a charging port. Compared to the older Scorpio, the overall design of the dashboard and interior has not been changed at all, but still changes like the new touchscreen system, the new Mahindra logo, along with some material quality updates, improves the appeal and ambience of this cabin. But still, this car needs better storage spaces and some more convenience features. In terms of safety features as well, it still provides dual airbags, ABS with EBD, central locking and all-wheel disc brakes only. Let's now get to the rear. Before we get to the boot area of the Scorpio Classic, it has to be noted that the Scorpio Classic does not provide rear parking camera even on the S11. But yes, the camera can be attached and programmed into the touchscreen system itself. This here is the 7-seat version, so it gets 2 side-facing third-row seats, in keeping the tradition of the Scorpio. The biggest advantage of these side seats is that they can be easily folded to make space for luggage. However, there are other seating configurations available as well, including the second row captain chair version with forward-facing third-row seats, or the option of even larger third-row side-facing seats, which can accommodate 4 people. You can choose your Scorpio seating configuration according to the flexibility or luxury. Without the third-row seats, the Scorpio provides easily 400 liters of luggage capacity. As always, the spare wheel of the Scorpio is located under the body, and as you can see, this is a 16-inch steel spare wheel, which can be used for long term as well, as the sidewall is really thick, made to cope with rough roads as well. Now, just like the older Scorpios, the tailgate also gets 2 inbuilt speakers apart from the speakers and tweeters provided at the front. Let's now check out the engine bay. Mahindra claims that this Scorpio Classic is not just a facelift, and it has been updated in every way while also providing a smoother and upmarket experience. Unlike the Scorpio N, the Classic does not provide a petrol engine option, providing only a diesel powertrain. Just like the entry-level variants of the Scorpio N, this here is the 2.2-litre M-Hawk 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine producing 130 PS of maximum power and 300 Nm of maximum torque through a 6-speed manual gearbox. While the Classic does not provide an automatic gearbox option, it still gets one feature which is not seen on the Scorpio N. It is the Scorpio Classic which gets the hydraulic bonnet struts, and this is a very essential feature for such a large and heavy bonnet. I will soon be bringing a drive review of the Scorpio Classic exclusively for you all. Now let's make a quick summary of the Scorpio Classic. Even after 20 years, the Scorpio is a brand which still has a lot of respect, fan following and proud owners. With the launch of the Scorpio N, the brand image has also taken a step up along with the pricing, but still there are people who prefer this traditional, tall and tough design language of the Scorpio, and there is no other SUV in the market like the Scorpio. So instead of latest premium and fancy features, if you prefer the traditional Scorpio design in a slightly more refined and smoother package, while not compromising on the power, pickup and trustworthiness, then the Scorpio Classic could be your perfect SUV. The official pricing for the Scorpio Classic range is yet to be revealed, and stay tuned for our detailed drive review of the Scorpio Classic as well. Meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.